What's going on, everybody? I get asked this question a lot. I know this is the wrong time of year to do a video like this because it is September 1st or 2nd. But anyway, I get this asked all the time. And the question is, what trimmer should I as a homeowner buy? Well, that's a good question. There's many options out there. My preferred choice is the hat I'm wearing. You would start, if you're a homeowner and you have a small lawn, you would want a combi system, something that can run multiple tools. Husqvarna has this, and Ace is on a Lowe's sells it, online sells it. You can get it on Amazon. There's a link in my Amazon store actually to a 128 LD that will take care of a pole saw. You'll have to buy the attachments, and they work with MTD attachments. So that 128 would take care of an acre easy or more of trimming easily. Now, I don't mean the whole yard. I mean trimming on a large property. People use those in business, those 128 LDs. I have one. I've used it for over 4 or 5 years commercially. Not as a weed eater, mind you, but as an attachment. Cultivator, pole saw. I've got the edger attachment. Hedge trimmer attachment too. Man, it's been a workhorse. Then if you like a company called Echo, you would want the PAS 225. That would take care of them about an acre and smaller. It also has Echo branded attachments. Now if you want Husqvarna and a homeowner Husqvarna combi system, you would get the 128 LDX. And if you want to keep it simple, get a 525 LK. But you know, if you want to spend the money, $400. So the 128 LD in the Husqvarna would be good. If you want a steel, I don't recommend the 56. I have one. They're too short. Just like the 128 LD, Husqvarna is too short in my opinion. But it's longer than the 56, I think. I got a video. No, it's not. The 56 is longer. So I can't recommend either one of those if you're tall. Now, the combi systems are the best because you guys ain't going to be using them much. So whatever brand you decide, make sure it says Husqvarna on it, Steel, Echo, Red Max, Shindaiwa, not Tanaka. But Tanaka would be better than your MTD brands. MTD brands are Boland's, Troy-Bilt, Cub Cadet, Craftsman. You can Google this. They make a lot of those, and they're just made as disposable trimmers. Murray, Toro even puts their name on one of those MTD things. So make sure it's got a real name. Go to a dealer and establish a relationship with your dealer. Also, they have, if you have credit, these dealers have 0% financing on mowers and equipment. So you ain't got nothing to lose. You don't have to go to a box store. Find you a good reputable dealer. And you're supporting local businesses. And you're getting the best stuff. So if you're like, I can't afford to spend $400 on a weed eater, 0% interest through, oh gosh, what's these companies called? Sheffield and stuff does it on commercial mowers. But there's another Synchrony Bank. They do 0%. There's a called something Mow something. I've seen them all online. So make sure it says Husqvarna, Red Max, Steel, or Echo, or Shindaiwa. That is my recommended brands. That Miyamaro or Maro, whatever. I hear good things about them. One of the largest companies in the world is EFCO. So what I would do is find a dealer that sells a Husqvarna, because that's my brand, as you can tell. Yeah, you can tell. But anyway, it all goes in what you need. Like, You need to spend $200. That would be my number. And if you say, oh my gosh, that's too much, we'll finance it. And I know everybody says don't finance and go into debt. Well, I'm not telling you to go into debt. But it's either buy a $70 trimmer or $100 trimmer over and over and over and over, or buy one $200 trimmer for 10 years or something. If you just make sure, even the cheap trimmers, empty the fuel out. Now, newer model trimmers and companies are designing their trimmers and mowers to better handle ethanol. Yes, but I still seeing it happen. Fuel lines are still having a hard time with it. But for the most part, the diaphragms and the carbs and stuff, they seem like they're making them more to the tune of ethanol. So, but don't leave it in it no matter what, and make sure you use fuel stabilizer. So buy the premium oil. And again, most people, especially homeowners who this video is geared towards, believe it or not, because I don't do homeowner videos, I just get asked this question all the time. Spend a little bit and save a lot. Do you want to go into your building and your trimmer crank every time, or do you want to go and fight with a cheap weed eater? That's what you got to ask yourself. Man, if you and your wife and family go to dinner 2 times or something, that's $200 almost. So you buy you a trimmer and you only have to buy it 1 time. I meant to put my allergies. I ain't been able to wear my contacts today much. Anyway, so you need to really observe that. Like I said, my recommendations, if it was an Echo and I would buy it, I have a 225, SRM 225. It's a good trimmer. If you get what's called a PAS 225, that will accept attachments. That's what I really recommend. Husqvarna has a 128 LD and a 128 LD. The combi is all combi. That's right. Then they have a LDX, which accepts Husqvarna branded attachments. That's what I recommend the most because I'm me, and if you're familiar with my channel, you know that's my brand. But so you know that Stihl, technically I've been born and raised a Stihl fan, but I love me some Husqvarna now. That's my favorite brand. Hold on, let's hear what's coming through here. No, that's a dude on a 4-wheeler. Backfiring. He was going to try to turn in my yard. Uh-huh. Be looking down here, bro. I don't know you. He was going to turn in my driveway, I bet. Everybody turns in my driveway thinking it's some kind of... where it's so wide and paved. Am I supposed to be impressed by that little tiny ATV? Or... I got faster turds, bruh. Some of us used to be... Never mind. It don't matter. This is a trimmer video. Alright, so then you have a Stihl. I would go with the... If you want a residential Stihl, the 56K... What's it called? A KM56. That way it accepts attachments. I don't like that trimmer. I've got one or... Well, now I've got 2 of them. Did y'all know that? I've got 2 of them. Not the KMs, the FS, the trimmer versions. Then there's the KM94R, but then you're going to pay $359. The Husqvarna one would be a 525LK. It's $399, I think. I would buy that one. Then the Echo, they have different levels, but if it's just a trimmer, and that's the only question, that's the question I get asked. I don't get asked about the combi systems. I get asked, what weed eater do you recommend for a homeowner? If it's a granny yard or postage stamp from that to acre, $200. If it costs less than $200, don't buy it. unless it's on sale. Like if you buy remanufactured equipment and it's under, you know what I mean. It needs to be a 200 new trimmer. If you're going under that, I mean, you got to make sure you give it a little gas, don't you? I complained that in videos before. Oh, oh. Not a fan of motorcycle. Anyway, $200. Anything under is junk, and I don't use that word lightly. I hate that word junk. Bad. But it is. It's disposable. So remember the words: Stihl, Echo, Husqvarna, Red Max, Shindaiwa, and you're good. EFCO, I hear, is good. I can't speak in experience because Shindaiwa and Echo is the same company. They merged, and it's called Yamabiko. Husqvarna owns Red Max. They bought them. They didn't merge. They bought them. And Stihl is Stihl, the only family-owned and operated power equipment company on the planet, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's just whatever you want. Find you a good dealer, like my Husqvarna dealer. That's what, when I started getting into Husqvarna years ago, I decided just to buy one. I liked it so much. Then I met my dealer, and he closed down. Then I met another dealer that was close, and I was happy. So, it's so much better to talk to small companies. Mom, Pa, I know I hate that wording, but it's so nice to talk to a real human instead of somebody just typing it in on a computer. You know, I'm not knocking Lowe's. I'm a big Lowe's fan. Y'all have seen lots of Lowe's videos on this channel. It's just nice to have that personal service. So, homeowners, $200. Could I show you all my trimmers? Yes, but I've got them all on my channel. You can just peruse. All I do is, my specialty is trimmers. I have 18 of them. Not, see, I don't even know. I think 18. And I wouldn't steer you wrong. And I think the $200 and up, the more you spend, the better you get. If you went up to $350 trimmer, you know, you're around your Husqvarna 525 LST or your Stihl FS91. Then you would be around your Echo 2620. Oh gosh. You'll be like, oh my gosh, weed eating's easy now. I'm serious. Weed eating becomes, string trimming, I'm trying to use generic terminology, becomes essentially fun because you've got so much power. Yeah, I see you looking at me through the dang window in my house. String trimming becomes fun almost because you have so much power. The reason you hate string trimming is because you have to open it wide open and it has to catch itself back up on the power band. I hear people literally whacking their weeds because you have to let it get it run back up in its power band. And then hit it, and then it bogs the trimmer down. Yeah, see, a good trimmer don't do that. It just, you can run with them. How do you think we do it commercially so fast at people's houses? It's because we got equipment. The last video I made, we done a whole big yard, almost about an acre. It wasn't an acre, it was close. It's close to, well, if you took away the paved driveway, it's an acre property. The pavement just takes away some of the lawn and the building. And 10 minutes later, we're done. And the reason is, well, of course, that's $16,000 worth of mowing. Remember that. But the trimmer work we can do in just a couple minutes. Because I try to tell everybody, they asked them if they mow before. And I said, yeah, but with good stuff. They're like, what do you mean? So it's a whole nother world, $200 and up. I would recommend $350 and just finance it. And I don't recommend you going into debt, but $350 for probably 10 plus years is a lot cheaper than $70 a year. And I understand that's a big number for some people. Trust me, I know. But thank goodness you can finance. And if you can't finance, maybe you can do layaway, because it would be worth it. I wouldn't steer you wrong. There's some things in life, if you hate weed eating and mowing, and you hate it, if you would spend that little extra money and not eat out a couple weeks, you would not hate it. You'd be like, God, this is easy, because it'll take all the work out of it. Seriously. Well, not all the work, let's be honest. But you'll be impressed with a good weed eater, what you can do. And that's all I got to say about that. So you heard my recommendations. $200 and up, no matter what brand. I recommend a small business, a dealer. And I know plenty of people that does it, and they get 0% finance. I think they was recently giving away a push mower or trimmer or something in a thing at one of these companies I seen in our magazines, Lawn and Landscape magazine. So they're having some kind of sale to homeowners. So if you go Husqvarna, you can go to Husqvarna dealer and buy it all. Like Husqvarna makes zero turns and everything. Trimmers, blowers. Stihl don't. Echo don't. Husqvarna is like your whole shebang. So you can go there and get everything. That's what's nice about them. But get what you want. I don't, it's none of my business. Just spend some money. That's terrible advice. But when it comes to weed eaters, we couldn't do what we could do in the lawn care industry. Even my lawn care professionals that's watching this knows equipment means everything. Peace.